everybody, it's Gail from Gail's Bookish Things, back with another Vlogtober. I wanted to go ahead and decorate my notebook that I'm going to use as a traveler's notebook insert. Yesterday, or actually it was, yeah, yesterday I had that cut down at FedEx. I didn't have time to finish the video then, but I'm going to do that now. I don't know if I showed, but the inside of this particular notebook has a place for name or date or whatever. MD notebook, made in Japan, and it is by the Midori company. And in the back, I'm not seeing any pockets or anything like that. It just ends with a blank page and the back cover. I thought it would be fun to kind of do a not so much vintagey exactly as travel or some sort of influence on this cover of other countries than what I live in. So I have this little bit of scrap paper with the canceled postage stamp kind of thing. I was thinking of putting that on here. I mean, this is so fitting for our era, isn't it? So you know, maybe that on there. And I really like the Twsbi and the Midori notebook Japanese writing. And I kind of wanted to incorporate that somehow. As of the travel thing, I kind of dissected this the other day, ripped it all up. That one with the hand is fun. All that neat looking writing, I guess those are called characters. And it specifies here that it's an A5 notebook, but I can also write that inside. And it is no longer an A5, but that's where it came from. So this is what was taken off, which I showed yesterday. It took off the MD paper embossed label, which is not a problem. For me, I just like to remember what kind of book I'm using for future reference to see how I like it with different inks or markers or pens or whatever. So I will probably just write that inside the cover later. I also have a few recent canceled stamps. I always like to look at stamps. I think they're pretty neat. But, you know, like I feel like that color is just too bright. And the U.S. flag, I mean, I love my country, but I don't particularly like the typical stamp that's just the flag. I like a little bit more color, or maybe something out of the ordinary. This one's kind of neat. Can't even tell exactly what it is because it's been stamped over. And the purple just doesn't work. So maybe this one on there would look good. Something like that. The other thought I had was to use this ad from Duluth Trading Company. I like that big train, and that could kind of be on there. But I think it's kind of going to get lost on there. It's just going to look like a bunch of black and white. So I will not use that, and I am looking for my glue bottle. Hold on, I'm going to run and get it. It's in the kitchen. Okay, we are back. I have two bottles, and this one is just about empty. I'm trying to get every last ounce of glue, last drop of glue out of there. But I do love this Aqua Tombow Mono liquid glue. And I brought back the journal that I'm going to use this in. So I think I kind of like this more basic setup. I thought about using this printout that I got off of Etsy a while back, but the purple just doesn't work at all with this scheme in my way of looking at it. So let's just try to take these. I have a huge mess here. I need to straighten up my counter. You know, you get busy doing something, then you get interrupted, and so typically I try to clean up my craft area when I'm done using it, but it doesn't always happen. So I think I had that a little bit more towards the top. And here I am with dirty fingernails again. I hate that. That is like so not me. And then when I'm doing a video, all of a sudden I'm noticing I was doing some Bible journaling this morning and working with some inks, and I think that is the culprit. So we'll do that. Kind of eager to get started in this new book. I've generally liked the Midori paper fairly well. And like I said, I think when I did the first part of this video, it is a little bit heftier, I guess you could say. So I think it will hold up under the type of journaling / scrapbooking that I typically do on a day-to-day basis. So I thought it was a good choice. It may be not my #1 paper choice, but I think it will be good. I'm interested in trying a new kind of paper. It's called Cosmo something ultralight or light. Sarah Martinez did a video on that the other day. But the shipping and buying the journal were going to be like $45. And I just didn't feel like I wanted to spend that big of a hunk on that right now. Maybe I will do that if I have a excuse me, month where I'm not spending a lot of money. But this month hasn't been that. I've bought some things for my daughter's wedding, which I was glad to do, but you know, just extra things. So I didn't feel like spending that much on one notebook. But I am intrigued by that notebook because it's supposed to be really good for fountain pens and a good alternative to Tomoe River paper. So this is this. And that's not too exciting, but I'm not disliking it either. I kind of like this scrappy torn look. Maybe we'll do this Twsbi thing there. I've been loving my Twsbi pens so much. I have one Lamy and the rest are Twsbis. I like them both. But where I'd say I like the Lamy a lot, I love the Twsbi. And I've been playing around with the Lamy nib too. So I bought a broad, and I have the diamine pumpkin ink in it for the holiday, fall holiday season, like Halloween and fall and November with Thanksgiving and so forth. I think if I put an even wetter ink in that, I'm going to love it a little bit more. But I don't dislike it at all. But I think my Twsbis have just been it for me so far. The thing, I'm going to take a little rabbit trail here, kind of a planned one though, is this Twsbi 1.1 stub nib. I think that it doesn't write as broadly as the broad nib. It might be that I'm not understanding the nib. I know if you stroke down, it's wider, and if you stroke sideways, it's thinner. And maybe that's the extent of it. I haven't liked it as much as I have thought I would, and I keep buying broad. And I have a medium nib that is nice with a nice flowy wet ink, but still doesn't resonate with me like the broad nib ones have been. Right now I have in here the Alt Gold Grün. I'm just going to use the back of one of these things. And this is not necessarily fountain pen friendly, this label, but I like the Alt Gold Grün. It's a really nice golden green with a really great shading, but I thought this 1.1 nib would accentuate that, and I really haven't seen that. I almost feel like I like it better in the broad versus the 1.1. So my next thing to try is to put a wetter ink in this. So for me, and what I have right now, that might be one of my Noodler's inks, Green Marine or Heart of Darkness, or what's the other one I just got, 54th Massachusetts. I have that in a new gray, cement gray pen, so that's probably going to be the one I keep in that. But so I might try Green Marine, because then the red and green for upcoming Christmas season might be a fun mix. Not that it really matters, but I kind of like having something like that that makes sense to me, so I can kind of remember what's in each pen just by looking at it. But that's my thought. What are your thoughts on the 1.1 stub nib of Twsbi? So I do like those pens a lot, and I just like playing with them. I'm always looking for a reason to write. It's really funny. I have done a ton of journaling since having these Twsbis because I love the ink, the fountain pen ink, the pens, the way it flows from the pen. It's just such a fun experience to me. So here is how we have this. Not sure on the back yet. I'm not sure if I want to repeat the theme or keep it blank. I am going to use it in this Midori, or what was once Midori, the Traveler's Notebook. This is, I have shown before, but this is where I keep my everyday journaling. I had it split up from daily happenings in a very vague sense to more journaling thoughts. I finished this up and I decided to condense everything to one journal and not try to split up. This is what I've done today and this is what I'm feeling. So the blend is that some days I'll just say, oh, we had Brooke's wedding today. It was great. Expound on that a little bit. Or someday it might just be going out to eat. The food was great. Taking a day trip tomorrow. More general terms. So everything that was once in two is going to be in one because I found in this area I don't have to have so many separate books. At least for now. That's how I'm feeling. I do love doing this collage on my journals. I did a lesser form here, kind of focusing more on a simple design and just doing things that brought out this turquoise color. I've liked this. I have shown it before, but in case you're not familiar, this is the Minimalism Art notebook. It's 100 GSM. Not any special paper really, but it does feel smooth, and I've had pretty good luck with fountain pen writing on it. So I don't know what it is though, but to the touch, it's very nice and smooth. And it's been a good journaling paper. You may not get all the sheening qualities or shading qualities, but for journaling, it's been fun, and I've really had fun with decorating the pages for that. So anyway, this, I'm showing that to show you that this will take the place of these two books. This one is full. I could take this out and kind of put it in my quote-unquote archives. That sounds very impressive when I say that, doesn't it? It's just a little white box on my shelf. I'm going to finish this up and then add this in. So, you know, here I just put one sticker. Maybe I will select one of my sticker stashes or do something similar as I did on the front, on the back, but I won't do that now because I'm not sure and I don't want to keep you hanging here. So let's just go ahead and take the next step though. This is funny. I forgot to journal that day, and I actually did some fun things with my daughter, some shopping, the daughter that just got married. But, you know, it was a busy couple of weeks there at the end. So let's move. I feel like this is going to be too thick with both of those in there. That's not going to work. So we'll set this one aside. This still has an awesome feel to it, and I kind of like that little thinner profile. So this one, book 5, kind of correlated with this book. So I don't know what to call this one. Maybe book 5B. And not that it matters, but I generally am trying to keep them dated for future reference. So this one is going away. That was a fun journey. Now I'm going to focus on finishing this up. I've really enjoyed this. I like the color combination and I like the paper. And this is also a cut down notebook. So funny thing, took this to, I think it was Office Depot, which is a little further from my home. Told the guy, could you please cut off such and such width? And he cut it off. He said, I'm not even going to charge you. That was like nothing. Then I had this, like I told you, cut at FedEx, and I had a setup fee and a cutting fee. So that brought the price of this notebook up probably another close to $5. So not a huge deal, but kind of aggravating a little bit too. I don't know. It's not a lot of money. I just don't want to keep spending money on the paper, getting it to the size I want. So anyway, this is a good thickness. This will be comparable. I forgot to note how many pages are in this, but it's a good amount. And if you know, please comment below. Sorry, gosh, butterfingers. Forgot I was going to say about that. I guess we'll just have that one ready. That one will probably be labeled number 6, and I'm just going to probably number them till the end of time rather than starting over with each year, because that becomes a little bit of a logistics. I don't want to call it a nightmare, but for me, too much thinking. Just keep counting. I can count. So thanks for joining me. That was a little bit of a ramble, a little bit of a here and there, but that is what I'm doing in my journaling world. Right now I'm seeing glitter on here from something. I keep handling this, trying to get that suede feel to lessen and get more of the sleek service. This has been fun though. I've loved this journaling this way and in this size book. So be interested to know in what your everyday journaling might look like. What's your favorite pen to use, and what is your favorite paper for journaling? Do you like the Tomoe River? Do you like the MD paper? Have you found something else? I also saw that Apika, I think I'm saying that right, paper, and Rhodia. I have not tried either of those, and I am curious. I may order a small notebook in both of those just to try the paper. But if you have any comments on that, please let me know what you know about Rhodia or Apika. Thanks for watching. We will see you tomorrow for the last and final Vlogtober. It's been fun. See you later.